If you're supporting somebody with dementia, you're not alone. It's predicted that by 2025, the number of people living with dementia in the UK will rise to 1 million.
There are over 100 different types of dementia, and so dementia affects people in very different ways. They occur at different ages as well. You know, people can have dementia before they're 65, maybe after they're 65, so it's different for different people. And the important thing I think for us at Dementia Carers Count is that we're here to support carers, whatever type of dementia it is, and that we are able to support them to develop their own knowledge, to develop their own ability to cope and have strategies, regardless of what type of dementia the person they're caring for has. I think the financial implications for somebody caring for a person with dementia at home are really complex and really significant. It's going to change depending on your own individual circumstances, but also where you are in the country, because the support available to you differs from region to region. But on an individual basis, if the person has a young onset dementia, for example, they may have been working when they got the diagnosis and had to give up work, or you as a carer may have to give up work or perhaps go to part-time work. So your financial situation within the household can change dramatically. The other thing that I think impacts people is caring for somebody at home sometimes means that you need other carers coming in to support you as well. And that costs money to have. Even if you are past retirement age and there are no changes in terms of your finances from the income coming into the house, it's realigning what you're using your money to spend it on. You might have been planning to use it for leisure activities and suddenly it's taken over by these carer needs. For some carers, working is really important to them, maybe because it gives them a sense of well-being and a meaningful activity during the day. For some people, it's around a financial need to do so. That doesn't mean they're no longer a carer. If somebody requires your help to stay well, then you are a carer. So it doesn't mean that you only become a carer when you stop work and you're there 24/7 with the person. You can absolutely be holding down a full-time job as well, but obviously that's incredibly demanding and very difficult to do for some people. So looking after yourself as a carer is really important, and yet it's one of those things that we know carers often don't put on their priority list. They often make sure that the person with dementia has their appointments with their GP, their dentist, and time to relax, and they don't actually think about their own needs with that. Yet it's incredibly important. If you think about when we go on a flight and the flight attendant tells us the safety measures just before we take off, what they do say is that you have to put your own oxygen mask on first, because if you don't put your oxygen mask on, you're not going to be of any use to anybody else, because you're going to become depleted and you're not going to have the physical ability to help someone else. And exactly the same goes with caring. Unless you're looking after yourself and giving yourself those sorts of support mechanisms, then you haven't got your oxygen mask, and then your ability to look after the person with dementia wanes, and then you start getting into a cycle of further and further exhaustion as challenges just rise and rise and rise. I think the type of support that different people need and wish to access is very different for individuals. And some people find very creative solutions to gain the support. There's always the local services that can support you in the traditional way, but also people sometimes find creative things, and just talking to family and friends and knowing what skills your family and friends bring. So you might find support avenues from one person that perhaps complements support avenues from a different person, and just building a mechanism that suits you and is very individual to you, because not one size fits all. So at Dementia Carers Count, we've developed a platform called the Virtual Carers Centre, in which we provide articles and videos which really support your learning around strategies that can help you and the person with dementia. And that might be around practical strategies that help you on a day-to-day basis. It might be about your well-being, or perhaps finances and legal rights and issues. And what this Virtual Carers platform hopefully does is it supports also our face-to-face and our online offers, where you can come and interact with practitioners and learn new information and talk through the experiences that you're having.
Learning more about dementia enables you to be a better carer.